most cool creators don't have a content problem. They have a hit send problem. They can talk for hours on Zoom calls without any notes, but when the time comes to write an email, they'll just stare at the dock, see blinking cursor, try to type something down, delete it, overthink the subject line, and then just close the computer and promise themselves they'll write it later. In this video, I'll share the 3 habits that help me write more emails in less time and actually make them better without trying to turn myself into a copywriter. Because when I started out, I did what everyone else did. I told myself I'll wait till I have a bigger list, when I'll have more time, and will I have maybe a better offer, or just become a better copywriter so I can write better emails. Obviously, I did nothing. So when I knew it's time to change that, I did a mistake that cost me months of time and progress, which I'll talk about in the next section of the video. Luckily, at the time, I didn't really have a Skool community and I did not watch my members piling up, getting cold, and just disappearing. I did that later. But when I started the group, I had to find a way to email my members without really turning into an email guy for 2 hours, because honestly, that's how long it took me to write emails at first. And that's how the 3 habits help me, talentless and not a native speaker, but driven and consistent, take that time from 2 hours to 20 minutes. Let's go. Habit 1. Stop editing your emails. If you're a Skool creator, your calendar probably is already looking like Jenga. You have content creation, calls, delivery, DMs, family time, sleep, and whatnot. So when it's time to email, your brain thinks more thinking, more tasks, and you just avoid and delay it. But the thing that ties to the mistake that I mentioned at the beginning of the video is that your members are not really expecting perfect emails every single time you send something. What they actually need is just to hear from you in a consistent way that feels like human. So back then, what I did is I bought like 5 books about copywriting, then I just consumed tons of content about it, trying to learn and understand it way more, way better. And obviously, it took months. And at that time, while I learned, obviously, I did not email. But retrospectively, after sending close to 1,000 emails, I can 100% confirm that I used maybe 90% of what I learned back then, because emails are not just 100% about copywriting. It's just you showing up authentically. Because when I write more like I talk, more people like it, more people trust me, and I just get better results overall. Because think about it, if you watch my video right now, you get an approximate understanding of the way I communicate. Speaking directly to the camera is the closest you can have to approximately get an idea of that. Of course, the better way is just to speak one-on-one with you. So when you get to my email list, you already get a reference point and you know what should you expect from me and the way I email you, right? In the words I use, in how I communicate, in my mistakes. You have an approximate understanding of what to expect. And when you actually start reading it and you see it matches, it creates a congruency across platforms and you start trusting me more. And if we take it to the extreme level, you might even experience something that is called subvocalization. That's when you can hear my voice reading my emails in your head. Simply put, you read the emails in a way you expect me to say them. When you're focusing too much on copywriting, you're probably losing some of this congruency because you're not necessarily always speaking in the way you're writing copy. So that creates a mismatch between you and what you write. It's like seeing your favorite British actor talking in American accent. It's fine, but something is off. So the first habit says, stop. Don't overthink. Simply take what you have in mind, brain dump it into the doc, and start writing something. Start getting an idea, start shaping it together. Start just putting your words in your head as you see them and as you would say them in the doc file. And as soon as you got that, keep writing until you got a decent draft. And now, when you got your first draft, you can start editing it. Don't try to sound smarter, say something cooler, or add something that is not really you. Just sharpen up the points you made. Maybe you can play with the order of the sentences. Maybe you can just remove filler sentences, add a bit more details to paint a more vivid picture, and just overall improve the readability and flow of the email. Keep the little grammar mistakes in and the awkwardish moment that feels like you and authentic to you. Just don't forget that you probably compete against AI, which is mostly perfect and incongruent. That's how we can stand out. So the actionable steps are: think about something you can write, just write it without stopping to edit, to improve. Just write till you run out of things to say. Only then start improving that, and lastly, send the email. And now to the second habit: to have more ideas and things to share in your email and never run out of ideas. Habit 2: write your ideas. Remember the 2016 Pokemon Go hype where everyone was outside trying to catch them all? That's what it's all about. You want to catch all of your ideas, all of your stories, all of your thoughts, your reflections, and just stuff you go through throughout the day that could be used for your emails. Because the biggest problem creators have is when they sit in front of a monitor, try to write something out, and they just cannot think about anything. Their mind is empty and they have no idea what to do. Even though all day they did interesting stuff that could be turned into an email, like an interesting point during a meeting, a thought during a coffee break, a question a client asked, or just a random funny event that they can just talk about and share. The problem is they just don't have any system to capture these moments and take these ideas. And when you don't have that in place, sitting and just thinking about what to say takes the most time. So if you have the habit of just writing ideas and keeping a bank of ideas in front of you, that could save you tons of time. So every time you get to write an email, you open it up, take an idea, and just start writing. And most importantly, make sure to just keep track of the ideas themselves and the emails you already wrote, because when you will run out of them, you can just take what you already have, plug into ChatGPT or the LLM you're using, and just prompt it to prompt you to find out more ideas. And it doesn't have to be fancy. You can just use a regular note app or a to-do list simply to take the idea that you have and write it down. So the action steps for this is actually pretty simple. Just have an app or a place where you can store ideas, make the process of registering and writing the idea easy, and that's it. Okay, and that takes us to the last habit that actually helps you sit down every day or every X time you want and actually write the email. Habit 3: linking habits. It's not necessarily a habit, it's mostly a psychological trick. Because the problem with emails and content in general is that we cannot really rely on motivation and do that when we feel like it. So instead of trying to brute force yourself and write the email whenever you feel like it should be at, just use that psychological trick to glue that habit to another habit you're doing daily. It's like in the morning when you wake up, go out and start brushing your teeth. You know that the next thing to do is just wash your face, right? You're not thinking about it, you're just doing it. Although it's two different habits and two different skill sets. So take a non-negotiable habit that you do every day and glue to that the habit that you want to do. Like your morning coffee, cleaning your school group, posting on your school group, walking your dog. Just do that action and add the next, send an email as the next non-negotiable action after that. So there is no decision, no debate, just when X, I write an email. For me, I write my email right before I walk my dog. So when I say it's time to walk my dog, slightly before that, I just write an email, I finish with that, I take my dog and I just go out. You don't really need willpower, just need fewer options and less thinking to just execute and protect that new habit. So by following these 3 habits, I went from dreading emails to sending hundreds of them and building a doc full of ideas and emails, daily emails, and a pile of winner emails that I can just automate whenever I want to. So simply start by just writing more in your voice without trying some tricks, without really focusing on trying to improve copywriting, and without really editing a lot, just you as you speak. Build a bank of ideas and just link the habit of writing email to already existing and non-negotiable habit you have. Yet still, most of the Skool creators won't start emailing because they just think it's dead. And mostly it's because of the garbage and crap email you get and hate every single day. But it doesn't actually have to be like that. You can write better content and stand out in your subscribers' inboxes just by following simple frameworks. So in the next video, somewhere on the screen, I share this framework and explain why email is not really dead and how you can actually revive your list and start emailing good content to your subscribers. Watch it next.